Invention and innovation. Sometimes technology allows the development of entirely new devices or products. Technology makes use of human knowledge to convert resources into the goods and services that people need and want. Raw materials such as stone and wood are used to construct buildings. Solar energy is a type of alternative energy and it's converted into electricity. Natural gas powers the furnaces that heat some of our homes. Well, what is an invention? Sometimes technology allows the development of an entirely new device or product. This is called an invention. An invention can be very simple, such as a toothbrush, or it can be complex, like a computer or a cell phone. Well, when you have inventions, you have inventors. What is an inventor? It's a person who invents. Someone who devises a new process, machine, appliance, or article. It's someone who makes inventions and brings something new and innovative to the world. Let's take a look at the inventor of the geodesic dome. The first dome that could technically be called geodesic in every respect was designed shortly after World War I by an engineer of the name of Walter Bowersfeld. And he designed this first geodesic dome for a planetarium to house his planetarium projector. Well, around 20 years later, another guy came along by the name of R. Buckminster Fuller, also known as Bucky Fuller. He named the dome geodesic after a lattice of interlocking icosahedrons that could be skinned with a protective cover. And although Bucky Fuller was not the original inventor, he is an innovator to geodesic dome. He's credited with the U.S. popularization of the idea, for which he received a U.S. patent. Well, let's talk about innovation. What is an innovation? Over time, an invention may be improved, and this improvement is called an innovation. Because of innovations, technological devices used today are smaller, cheaper, and more powerful than the first models developed by inventors. We spend less time than our ancestors did on tasks such as cleaning and cooking. The innovations of technology have changed our daily lives dramatically. Technology has become much more portable. And here you can see the example of the original telephone to the rotary telephone to a large clunky cell phone to the modern smartphone. Let's take a look at innovator Richard Buckminster Bucky Fuller. He's an American architect, systems theorist, author, the designer, and inventor. This guy, Bucky Fuller, is the innovator of the geodesic dome. While Fuller may have spent his life inventing things, he claimed that he was not particularly interested in inventions. In fact, he called himself a comprehensive, anticipatory design scientist. And he believed that it was his task to innovate in such a way as to benefit the greatest number of people using the least amount of resources. And one of the ways he sought to do this was by innovating and improving Walter Bowersfeld's ideas about geodesic domes and working with the mathematics behind that and making geodesic domes a viable source for cheap shelter for lots of different people. And for a while, Fuller was called the inventor of the geodesic dome, but this wasn't necessarily true. Walter Bowersfeld was. He did, however, innovate and develop much of the mathematical research regarding geodesic domes, and he did receive a patent for his innovative work that helped popularize the geodesic dome. He examined a vectorial system of geometry based on the tetrahedron, which provides maximum strength with minimum structure. This led to his patent of the geodesic dome in 1947. Geodesic domes are special because the bigger they are, the stronger they are. Geodesic domes are efficient structures in several different ways. First, the triangle is a very stable shape. For example, a force applied to the corner of a rectangle can deform it into a parallelogram, meaning that it can be squished. But the same force will not deform a triangle. This makes geodesic dome buildings highly resistant to forces like heavy snow covering, earthquakes, wind, and even tornadoes. The surface area of a geodesic dome is only 38% of the surface area of a box-shaped building, enclosing the same floor space. That means that there's much less surface area on the geodesic dome, which makes it withstand the elements better. There's less surface area exposed to outdoor temperature fluctuations also, and that makes building them cheaper to heat and cool than a rectilinear structure or a box building. Geodesic domes can be constructed quickly without heavy equipment. You can use prefabricated components, and it just takes a few people to raise a dome for a 2,000 square feet home in a matter of hours. A geodesic dome supports itself without needing internal columns or interior load-bearing walls, which makes the structure appealing because you have these lofty ceilings inside and you have a much more open floor space inside. So geodesic domes are a great way to provide quick and easy shelter, and this is an idea that Bucky Fuller explored during his lifetime. Geodesic domes can come in different frequencies and can be simple or complex. Now, if over here on the left you have a 2-frequency geodesic dome, in the middle you have a 3-frequency geodesic dome, and a 4-frequency geodesic dome on the right. Now, the interesting thing is, if you have a 2-frequency geodesic dome, you only have 2 different types of struts or sections making up the triangles. The higher the frequency goes, the more different lengths of struts and lines that compose the dome. So the 2-frequency dome is one of the simpler types of domes, and that's the type of dome that we will be making. Remember, an invention is the original creation, and an innovation is the improvement to it. And we're focusing on the innovator of the geodesic dome, Bucky Fuller, and we are going to make a 2-frequency geodesic dome.